The greatest PowerPoint maker in YouTube's history is back with yet another PowerPoint. Do not scratch your eyes. You're truly watching a master at work. This is like watching Michael Phelps back in 2012, Usain Bolt in 08, Jordan in 93, LeBron in 2018, Messi in 2019, Ronaldo in 2017. I am the GOAT of my field, and my field is making PowerPoints on this platform. Now, I'm a big believer, a huge believer, that for the most part, you should never give yourself a title or a nickname because it can come across as extremely cringe, corny, and egotistical. Like, if you call yourself Lady Killer, let's just say, for example, you go to a restaurant and the hostess says, "What name should I put the table under?" And you say, "Oh, put it under Lady Killer, that's my name." Everybody, and I mean everybody, is gonna think you're a loser. And they're gonna think you're weird, and nobody's gonna wanna hang out with you. But if your friends call you Lady Killer, then it's really flattering. So, me calling myself the PowerPoint King and comparing myself to all those other all-time great athletes might be really cringe, and I get that. I'm self-aware, guys. I understand that. But if you don't have confidence in yourself, who else is going to have confidence in you or believe in you? I believe that I'm the greatest at making PowerPoints on this app. There might be people on this app that are funnier than me, more entertaining than me, that have more ball knowledge than me, but nobody can say they make better PowerPoints than me. Goddamn no ball. I am here, bro. This is me. This is what I do. I'm a master at this. People in my neighborhood are talking about how I'm the Messi of making PowerPoints on YouTube. People are having those discussions. You guys might not be hearing them, but people are having the discussion actively right now as we speak. People, old ladies in my neighborhood are talking about me and how I make these insane PowerPoints and why is it that every time I walk by their house, I smell like drugs or marijuana mostly. But you know what? That conversation is stupid. They shouldn't be worried about that. Let me live my life, you old bitch. But anyway, today we're doing, the PowerPoint King, is doing 5 bold predictions for the 25-26 season. Last week, I posted my video called 5 bold predictions for Barca in the 25-26 season. But today, we're doing the footballing Europe world as a whole, if that makes sense, right? So we're not going to talk about Barca at all in this video because I already made that video last week. So if you guys want to go check it out, it's on my page. But anyway, we're going to be giving 5 bold predictions for the 25-26 season. These are bold predictions. Do I necessarily believe these are going to happen? Yes and no. Like, I think they have a chance of happening. That's why I'm putting them in the video. But they're supposed to be bold. They're supposed to be outlandish. That's what makes this video fun. Just giving predictions is no fun. Oh, Man City are gonna do good. Are gonna do well in the league. Oh, nice. Erling Haaland's gonna score a bunch of goals. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Einstein. Like, thank you for stating the obvious. You know what I mean? So bold predictions is a lot more fun. So anyway, without any more yapping, let's get into it. So the first prediction we have is Monaco will win Ligue 1. Monaco are going to win Ligue 1. They're going to break the PSG curse. Now, this is probably the one in this whole PowerPoint that I believe the least. I think Monaco obviously finishing third last year. They finished third last season, 23 points, I believe, behind PSG. PSG won the league going away last season. They finished with 84 points. Marseille finished with 63. So they won the league by over 20 points. So it's going to be hard for anybody to dethrone PSG, especially coming off winning a treble. And they're probably the best team in the world right now. They look so good, man. Honestly, that team is so stacked and they're just getting stronger and stronger. But I think Monaco, honestly, could win the league. I think they could win Ligue 1. They added Eric Dyer. They added Paul Pogba. They added Ansu Fati. If this was 2019, all of Europe would be shaking right now with these 3 guys getting signed. Actually, no, Eric Dyer, probably 2017. But anyway, they added 3 new pieces. They still have that guy, that kid Bjerregaard from Norway, I believe, that scored a bunch of goals for them last season. They have Zakaria, who was really good last year. They have a good squad as a whole. Maybe PSG will be more focused on winning the Champions League again, or maybe winning, the Coupe de France. I don't think they give a fuck about that. But anyway, maybe PSG are going to be more, like, they might, take their foot off the gas in the league because they won it so many years in a row, and Monaco sweep in and win it. We've seen Monaco win the league before with a young, good team. It happened back in 2016, 2017 with Mbappe and Bernardo Silva and Fabinho. Now, this is not that Monaco team. I'm not comparing them, but I believe that Monaco really have a chance to win Ligue 1. Maybe Ansu Fati has a resurgence. Maybe he looks like 2018 Ansu Fati and he has 15 goals and 10 assists, 25 GA. Eric Dyer looks like the Eric Dyer that we saw under Pochettino at Spurs. Or, he's actually kind of good at times for Bayern Munich. He wasn't bad for Bayern. Paul Pogba looks like 2015 Paul Pogba, showing the world that, he's not washed up. It wasn't his fault, it was United's fault. And after that, it was Juventus' fault. So, look, this team has a lot of my favorite players. Not Eric Dyer, I don't care about him. But I love Paul Pogba. I really love Paul Pogba. Like, this guy, I believe he's one of the best midfielders of his generation, despite the fact that his prime was so short. I want Paul Pogba to succeed so bad. You don't understand how badly I want to see Paul Pogba succeed and shut everybody up. You don't understand how badly I want to see Ansu Fati thrive. I really do. So I believe in this team. I'm going to be watching Monaco very closely this season. And I never thought I would say that in my life, but I believe that Monaco have a chance of winning Ligue 1. You know what? They're going to win Ligue 1. I said it in the video, so don't pussy out now. Monaco are going to win Ligue 1. They're going to do it. I believe it. I really do believe it. So next one. Anyway, number 2 is Liverpool win the Prem, going invincible. Liverpool win-win. I spelled that wrong. Fuck, dude. This is what happens when you crown yourself too early. This is what happens when you crown yourself too early. Fuck. I misspelled it. This is super awkward for everybody involved. Me, you, my bitch aunt who said I'd never make it and that my videos were no good. She was right. She might be right. Anyway, I messed it up, but the title still stands. Even Michael Phelps, even Usain Bolt sometimes got a slow start off the line, and he still won the race. So just stick around until the end, because this PowerPoint is going to deliver. There's nothing that's going to happen in the end. No, like the watch time's not going to go up with me saying that. But anyway, Liverpool win-win or will win the Premier League, going invincible. And this is me, by the way, filming this video before they sign Isak. They potentially sign Isak. And if they sign Isak, I'm going to be even more confident about this prediction. But I think this Liverpool team is stacked, bro. They're so good. And they won the league last year, comfortably, by the way. And I think this year they're even better. Arne Slot is one of the best coaches in the Prem. They added Hugo Ekitike, and they might add Isak. They added Florian Wirtz. They added Kirkez. They added, they still have McAllister. They still have Mo Salah. They added Jeremy Frimpong. They still have Virgil van Dijk. Konate's still on the team. He didn't get sold. He's still on the team. I think Liverpool are I think they're gonna go invincible. They're gonna be the first team to go invincible since Arsenal back in, I think it was 03, 04, or 203. Somebody correct me, but I think it was 03, 04. Something with 03. Arsenal went invincible. We know that no team has done it since then. And there's been so many great teams in the Premier League since that Arsenal team that went invincible. Sir Alex Ferguson had legendary teams basically his whole tenure at Man United. He could never do it. Chelsea had amazing teams under Mourinho. And then under Mourinho again. And under Conte as well, those teams that won I think 17 games on being in the Prem, they couldn't go invincible. Man City under Pep, oh my God, 100 points, 99 points, 98 points. We know. Even Liverpool under Klopp had amazing teams. Arsenal have never, since that, they haven't had a team come close. But anyway, my point is, all those teams couldn't do it. I believe Liverpool are going to do it. And I also believe that, it has to do with the fact that there's a guy in this picture that you guys obviously see right there in the middle, right behind Andy Robertson. And that is, of course, Diogo Jota, who tragically passed away in a car accident along with his brother Andre Silva in Spain. Something that the footballing world is still yet not healed from. I know that life moves by very quickly and people just forget about, death just like that. But I think most people still think about Diogo Jota and the fact that he tragically passed away. And I think they might use that as fuel, honestly. I think that Liverpool they're going to want to do it maybe for Jota. And it could go one of two ways. Maybe the Jota death impacts them so tough and it's so heavy on the team that they end up having a disappointing season, or maybe they use it as fuel. I don't know. It's tough, man, because you can never really tell how somebody's going to deal with death or how a whole group of men are going to deal with death. It's very tricky, so you don't know how it's going to affect them. But I think that they're going to use it as fuel to obviously be better for the up-and-coming season, and they're going to win the league for Jota. And again, I think they can go invincible. And this is, by the way, like I said before, they added Isak, which they're probably going to do because Isak wants out. Eddie Howe's talking about how Isak is not even going to join them in the preseason tour because he has one foot at the door already and one foot in Liverpool. So I think this team is poised to have a great season, obviously going invincible. Maybe it means that maybe they don't win it going invincible. You know what I mean? You can go invincible and not win the league, but I believe they're going to win the league this year. And I think they're going to do it without losing a single game. Now, if Liverpool lose the first game of the season, everybody's going to come at me and say, oh my God, you're a jinx. Michi, you fucking suck. Stop making videos. Actually, no, they're going to say it in a different accent. Lad, no, my God. I was trying to do the Scouse accent. That was bad. I was trying to do the Paddy Pimblett. Anyway, I think Liverpool are going to win the league, the Prem going invincible. Again, when you have the likes of Mohamed Salah, you added Florian Wirtz, who I believe is going to thrive in that team. You still have, obviously, like McAllister, all those guys that I mentioned. This team they have a sick squad, bro. A sick squad, and I believe that Arne Slot's going to be even better next year, second season in the Prem as a coach. Obviously, winning last year, having that confidence. Liverpool are going to win the league going invincible. I believe that. Next one. Chelsea make the UCL final. Chelsea have a sick squad, bro. Do I believe they're going to win the Prem? No. But I think they can make the UCL final. And we've seen worse Chelsea teams than this one make UCL finals and win UCL finals. Now, that 2012 team had legends up and down the pitch. They had Drogba, they had Lampard, they had Terry, even though he didn't play in the final in Munich, but they had Terry, they had Petr Cech, they had Ashley Cole. That 2021 team, Thomas Tuchel, that defensive masterclass that he put forth that entire UCL campaign. Obviously, they had the likes of Thiago Silva, Mendy when he was still good, Kante who had an unbelievable UCL campaign that whole year, Kai Havertz who was really good, Timo Werner when he was actually good. This Chelsea team might not, I think this Chelsea team is up there with those teams, you know what I mean? Do I think they're better? Maybe not, but I think they're really, really good. And it sucks that this picture has fucking Trump in it, bro, by the way. Like, I just realized that. This guy just ruined the moment for them. Whether you like Trump or not, people are gonna be like, oh, bro, stop getting political. This guy's a fucking weirdo for trying to get in this frame. Like, this moment's forever ruined with this fucking guy in the frame. Like, whatever. But anyway, I think Chelsea will make the UCL final. I think when it comes to knockout-style football, it's very random, and I don't think it's crazy to think that a team like Chelsea can make the UCL final. We've seen worse teams in Chelsea make UCL finals in recent years. Dortmund last year, or 2 years ago, when they lost to Madrid and Wembley, was not nearly as good as Chelsea, and they made a UCL final. They made a UCL final. Is the Inter team from last year better than this Chelsea team? This Chelsea team just won the Club World Cup. Like, they're coming off finishing in the top 4, winning the Conference League. Their second half of the season was really, really good. Cole Palmer, Reece James, if he stays healthy. I thought I said that wrong with like a list. Reece James, if he stays healthy. Moises Caicedo is disgusting. Joao Pedro Neto. This team is good, man. This team is really, really good. Yes, they lost Madueke. He went to Arsenal, but I don't really think that's going to affect them that much because they have so much depth on that team. They have just every sick youngster in football is linked to Chelsea, and they signed most of them. I just think that Chelsea will make the UCL final. I really do believe that. I think they have the squad. I think they have the coach. And I think that defensively, they're going to be really, really good. In the UCL, you need a good defense to win it. You need a good defense in the UCL to make it far in the competition. I believe Chelsea will have that. So Cucurella, of course, who, you know, there was talks about him leaving. If any, like, they should never consider selling Cucurella because he's really, really fucking good. So yeah, I think Chelsea will make the UCL final. People might not think this is a bold prediction, but I don't think that a lot of people have them as one of the favorites to win the UCL right now. If you look at the UCL favorites currently, it's going to be Real Madrid because they're always one of the favorites because it's Real Madrid. You're going to have teams like obviously Man City, Arsenal, maybe Liverpool, Barcelona, maybe Inter in that list as well. I'm forgetting PSG. Obviously PSG, who are the defending champions. I don't think Chelsea are going to be in the top 7 of favorites to win the UCL, but I believe they'll make the final. I really do. And they're going to face off against Barca in the final in Budapest, and Barca will beat them. I'm sorry, Chelsea fans. Ayush, my boy Ayush, the Chelsea fan representative on this channel. I'm sorry, bro. Hopefully you'll still be here for the match review after that game. But anyway, Chelsea make the UCL final. I don't think they'll win the Prem, but I think they make the final of the biggest competition in European football with that confidence building after winning the Club World Cup. Cole Palmer, man, this team. I'm excited to watch this Chelsea team, man. I really am. Next one, number 4. Vinicius Jr. gets benched. And this is tough for me, right? Because as a Barca fan, I'm a huge fan of Vinicius Jr. I know that sounds weird to say, oh, how can you be a huge fan of a player that doesn't play for Barca? Grow up. Really grow up. Honestly, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Did you take your nap today? Because you seem a little angry. But anyway, Vinicius Jr. fuck me, what the fuck was that? I ran out of breath for a second. Sorry about that. Vinicius Jr. gets benched. He gets benched for, I don't know who, but I think he gets benched. I think this Madrid team we saw in the Club World Cup, they have a lot of versatility now in that front line because this Gonzalo Garcia guy kind of, you know, bursted onto the scene in the Club World Cup. He looks really, really promising. Obviously, adding the likes of Masantuono, who I believe is going to be a guy who gets a lot of playing time for the Madrid team because I think he has a lot of talent. You obviously have Arda Güler, who had a really, really good Club World Cup. I think there's a possibility. Rodrigo, by the way, has still not left Madrid. Who knows what's going to happen there? Is he going to leave? Is he not going to leave? I don't know. As of now, it looks like he's staying. I think if Vini continues to play the way that he's been playing, I think Xabi Alonso will have to be forced to bench him because it's not just about Vinicius Jr.'s lack of production. That's one thing, you know. Forwards go through ups and downs. Every forward goes through that. It's normal. They're human beings. Maybe their slump is not as long as Vinicius Jr.'s because this has been maybe like it's coming up on a year now that he hasn't been great. But, you know, like my point is, it's normal to have a slump as an attacker, or as a football, or as an athlete in general. But the thing with Vini, it's mostly his attitude and his lack of pressing and lack of tracking back that I think frustrates a lot of Madrid fans, at least the ones that I talk to, and the Madrid fans that I see in my comment section when I read my comments about Madrid match reviews. They're talking about how, you know, they can deal with Vini not scoring, but it's the lack of, you know, it's a lack of pressing, it's a lack of trying on the pitch. So I think that Xabi Alonso is a guy who, you know, it's his first year at Madrid. He wants to make a strong impression. And I think that if he sees Vinicius Jr. not playing well and he's still not having a great attitude and he's not pressing, he'll bench him. And then that Madrid front line could still be, you could have Mbappe on the left, which is the position he mostly wants to occupy, is the left-hand side. Then you have Gonzalo Garcia on the middle. And then you have Rodrigo on the right-hand side. Or what you could even do is that you put Rodrigo at left wing, which is the position that he wants to play, of course. Then you put Mbappe at striker and you play Masantuono at the right wing. You could do that as well. You know, they have a lot of options in that front line, so I think that Vinicius Jr. will get benched from Madrid. Now, for how long, I don't know, but I think there'll be games where Vinicius Jr. is healthy and he's available to play, and he's not a starter for Madrid, which, you know, if I would have said that to you a year ago, you would have said you're smoking crack. And I probably was. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't. But, oh, I'm kidding. I wasn't. Yeah, bro. No shit, dumbass. Anyway, and I think that, like, my point is, if I would have said that a year ago, everybody would have thought I was crazy or I was rage baiting. But I think now it's a lot more probable that this happens compared to a year ago. It's weird, right? It's crazy how football can just, like, it can change so quickly. Things can change like that. Like last year, Vinicius Jr. at this time, we're talking about him winning the Ballon d'Or comfortably, by the way. And now, a year later, I'm making a video talking about how he might get benched. This opinion might not be very popular, but I believe it could happen because of everything that I just laid out. So that's my number 4 prediction. And then number 5, Man City finished outside the top 3. This one's a tough one because it's not so much an indictment on Man City, what I'm saying right now. It's mostly just, I think the Premier League, I mean, the way these Prem teams are spending money and the summers that they've had, I see a lot of competition for Man City, man. I see a lot of competition. And I think the big 3 in the Prem right now, the 3 strongest teams, or the 4 strongest teams are Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea. There's no debate about that. Man United, once a giant, are rebuilding, and Tottenham, they won the Conference League, they won the Europa League last year. They're going to be in the UCL. They're going to be in the UCL. Nobody's looking at Tottenham, even with the new manager, as a threat to finish in the top 3. So the big 3 in the Prem is Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea, like I said. I think Chelsea, like I've already laid out in this video, are going to be amazing. I'm predicting Liverpool to go invincible, so I think they're going to be better than Man City. And I think Arsenal, man, this is the year for Mikel Arteta. That's the big thing. This is the year for Mikel Arteta. If he doesn't get it done this year, when is he going to get it done? He finally has a striker. It's Gyökeres. You don't have Gabriel Jesus. You're not playing Mourinho at striker. You're not playing Havertz at striker. You have Gyökeres, who in the Portuguese league tore it up. He tore it up. You signed Madueke from Chelsea, so you took a player from a rival. That's pretty good. And a good player at that. I think Noni Madueke is a good player. You obviously brought in Zubimendi. You've been needing a pivot for a long time because Thomas Partey ended up being, well, he didn't end up being, he just finally got convicted of being a piece of shit human, so he's not on the team anymore. And now you have Zubimendi. And you have Odegaard, and you have obviously Declan Rice, who was amazing last year. And you added this new guy, Norgard, as well. And then you also signed, who's the other guy that they signed? Am I blanking on his name? Gyökeres, Zubimendi, Norgard. They signed another guy, didn't they? Or am I tripping? Mosquera, that's who it is. They added a center back as well, Mosquera. So the team, Arsenal's team got stronger. And again, this year is the year for Mikel Arteta. If he doesn't win something this year, or at least contend for the Prem again, he's fucked. So when I look at Chelsea, when I look at Liverpool, when I look at Arsenal, I think those teams, man, they're just going to be better than Man City. Now, Man City this year finished in the top 3. And a lot of people might say if Man City didn't finish outside the top 3 this year, they're never going to finish outside the top 3 because this was a year for them not to finish in the top 3. They had their worst year under Pep by far. Worse than Pep's first season in the Prem. They had their worst year. They were terrible. But, I don't know. Again, it's not so much an indictment on Pep or Man City because they got stronger as well, man. They got stronger. They added Turkey. They added Reinders. They added the left back from Wolves. I'm forgetting his name. Al-Nouri. Al-Nouri, yeah, that's his name. Al-Nouri, right? I'm guessing. Yeah. Anyway, they added the left back from Wolves. I'm blanking on his name. So they got better. But I don't know. I think that they're going to finish outside the top 3. So yeah, those are my 5 bold predictions for the season, this up and coming season. Number 5, Man City finished outside the top 3. Vinicius Jr. gets benched. Chelsea make the UCL final. Liverpool win the Prem, going invincible. And lastly, or firstly actually, Monaco will win Ligue 1. You guys let me know what you think of these bold predictions in the comments. Again, they're bold predictions, so also let me know your bold predictions, by the way, for the season. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the season. What are some of the things that that other people might not agree with that you expect to happen? Let me know. I want to hear it. And yeah, man, we'll see. We'll check back in a year and see how these aged. Hopefully they age well because I need to keep my reputation of being like the prognosticator of YouTuber. With my 5 bold predictions for Barca, I did so well in that video. Everybody's looking at me as like the prodigy. You know what I mean? This must be what Tiger Woods felt like when he was a teen going through the tour. You're next up, and now I feel like Tiger Woods back in 1997 or 1994 actually, when he was just a teenager, and everybody said you're next up. Now that pressure's on me, so I got to deliver. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think. In this video, I compared myself to Tiger Woods, Messi, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt. You can tell I lack an ability to speak, but I don't lack confidence. But yeah, man, you guys let me know. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. For the best graphic tees in the game, I almost forgot to plug it. What the fuck is up with me? For the best graphic tees in the game, check out the final thread. The link is in the description. I'm going to be doing a giveaway very soon, and also we're going to have a second, more designs coming out, hopefully by the beginning of next week. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.